everybody, my name is Blaine Elizabeth and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am a person in long-term recovery. I'm a mom of 2 dogs and 2 cats and 2 kids and 1 in the oven. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you'll stick around and give me a chance. So today I'm going to be talking about why I choose not to drink alcohol. Not everybody in recovery chooses not to drink alcohol, but I do, and it's for a very good reason. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so in 2014, I decided to get clean and sober and change my life because I was pregnant with my son. I stayed clean and sober for about 5.5 years until after I had my daughter and things hit the fan. Shit went crazy. I ended up leaving my kid's dad and we were together for 6 years and we were both sober together. So part of my identity was wrapped up in that relationship, and it was wrapped up in being a person in recovery because my job was in recovery, my social life was in recovery, my whole life was recovery. So after I had my daughter and I had a relapse, I didn't know who I was. It was like, okay, now that I don't have this recovering relationship and this recovery job, and I have like a couple days clean and sober, who the fuck am I? Like, who am I now? Honestly, that was really hard for me. So I had a relapse and I was forced to kind of take a look at myself and who am I without this huge recovering person identity? I mean, it was so much my identity. Like I was contacted to do like news articles. I was in an addiction and recovery documentary, like talking about how sober I was and how incredible my life was. And now like all that, I just didn't have it anymore. One of the things that really helped me get through that time was I was in college. And so that was like part of the identity that I could latch onto because nobody at school cared how many clean days I had or when I last went to a detox facility, or they just cared that I was there, that I raised my hand and answered the questions, and I felt valued and I felt respected. To make a long story short, I stayed sober for about a year after that relapse, and then I thought, I'm not in those abstinence-based programs anymore. Maybe I can drink. Maybe I'm normal now. Maybe I can successfully drink alcohol. That's not my problem. My problem was crack and heroin. So, alcohol should be no big deal, right? I mean, I just had 5 years sober. I should be able to handle this. I had a couple of friends that were normies. They were not people in recovery. And I would go over to their house and have a couple glasses of wine. One time I had a little too much to drink and I had just gotten my taxes back. And you want to know what happened? I was like, oh, I'm going to buy some weed because that sounds really fun. We can smoke weed and drink, because I'm normal now. And I ended up cash apping my drug dealer $300. He brought me what I really wanted. Basically, that day led to a 6-day relapse of me just completely ruining what I had built. And yeah, a lot of things went wrong. On top of that, I had just gotten my taxes back, so all that money was blown within 6 days. Also, my bank allows me to go negative $2,000, and so I had spent all my tax money, plus I went in the hole $2,000 in 6 days. On top of all of that, my body was also really suffering. I had scabs all over my body because when you're using crack cocaine with an IV, you have to continually shoot up to keep that high going. It's not like where you can shoot up once and it lasts for like 3-4 hours. No. And so that, my friend, is why I do not drink alcohol, because I'm not a normal person. I have a disease called addiction. And if I give myself an inch, I will take a mile. I know that my disease of addiction wants me dead point blank period. Like, it just wants me 6 feet under in the ground, and I can't partake in substances, or else I will be dead, or I will be in jail. I will not be a healthy mother of 2.5 children. I will be struggling and suffering and in very much pain. A lot of the times, if I'm at like a high school reunion or at like an outing where there's a lot of people that don't really know me like that, they'll be like, oh, why don't you have this? Da 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 da. You can have just one. No, ma'am. No, I cannot have just one. Because 1 leads to 30, which leads to 100,000, which leads to negative $6,000. So, and then on top of that comes a lot of other consequences. The feelings of shame and guilt are just insurmountable when you have a relapse. You literally hate yourself so much, and you are in turn baffled by your own disease. Like, people ask me, why, Blaine? Why did you do that? Like, bro, I don't know. I don't fucking know why I have this disease. I don't know why my parents had the genetic predisposition for addiction and their parents as well. I don't know. I just have the genes for addiction, and my life was in such a way that that led me down that road. I wish I didn't have this disease, but unfortunately, I have it. So that is the story on why I choose not to drink alcohol. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down below. And I really hope that you're taking care of yourself today. Drink that water, go outside, go for a walk, pet your dog. Take a minute to smell the roses or the coffee, whatever your choice is. And make sure you stay in recovery, whatever that means for you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.